Again.
We're here, LMS, with Blossom. Hello, guys.
There we go.
We've just seen you come off the big top. How was that for you?
Classmate, yeah. One of the best, probably the best one we've done so far.
Yeah, did you?
Big crowd.
Yeah.
Everyone singing along.
Absolutely loved it.
You know what I mean?
We saw you a couple of years ago, support Cortinas, Southampton Guildhall, and you've come a long way from then. And I believe you've got some new stuff coming out in August. Can you tell me about that?
We've got a debut album coming out.
Debut coming out.
First one. Yeah.
5th of August.
5th of August.
Yeah.
Debut album, 12 tracks. That's our mark. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's your big one. It's like your baby being born.
Yeah.
We've had a few EPs and
this is
building up to the big one.
Yeah. Can you tell me what's the best and worst gig you guys have performed at?
Guildhall was fucking mint.
Yeah, it was
It's a good gig, that.
Best gig's probably like we sold out the Albert Hall in Manchester, which was amazing. Do you know what I mean? We did like Reading and Leeds last year, which was great.
Yeah.
O2 in Liverpool was amazing.
Yeah.
Academy One.
Yeah.
It was great.
Do you know what? There's not really been a bad gig. Like, do you know what I mean? We like the
Any
gig.
technical issues?
Which was
Yeah,
we had a few issues there.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it was.
What's
on
that?
the
This
bad
was like the
side.
second toilet tour. Do you know what I mean? Like you're sleeping in a van. It's like
Yeah, I'd have a monitor.
I had a cold in Dundee.
Yeah.
That was bad for me. I was sneezing like in mid-set. Do you know what I mean? So that's never a good. It's never.
Yeah.
Especially if you're singing. You can disguise it if you like doing something else, but if you're singing, you can't sneeze.
You once did a gig where my keyboard's all broke, and I started kicking my keyboard. So
Was that like last week?
that was quite recently.
last week.
Then again, Miles can push his keyboards over with joy
Yeah.
at Leeds festivals.
There we go.
That's probably why they fucked up everywhere else. You know what I mean?
What gigs and festivals have you got coming up over summer?
We're doing about 50 odd, mate. It's
Wow.
like, yeah, we're doing like all the UK ones.
Yeah.
Glastonbury, Reading, Leeds, Why Not,
Yeah.
Kendal, Biss, Tina Park, and then going to Japan,
Yeah. Wow.
Korea,
Wow.
Australia. Yeah, literally.
And is that with the debut album taking that
Well,
out?
anything after the August the 5th is
Yeah.
the debut album's
Yeah, yeah.
out. So Reading and Leeds it'll be out.
Yeah.
But up until then, we're just teasing with what we've got now.
And what's the
Greatest
peak?
hits up until-
What's the one where you're looking forward to the most?
To be honest, Reading and Leeds we're really looking forward
Yeah.
to. But in terms of us as a band, there's not going to be a moment where we go, yeah, we've made it.
Yeah.
We want more.
Keep
every
going.
Time, yeah.
Keep
We'll
going.
be as big as we can. And here's the guitarist, Joshua Dewars.
Hello. Nice to meet you. Hello. Come in.
Glastonbury's going to be a defining
Yeah.
festival moment for us. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's like going to be. I've never. Charlie's been before, but the rest of us have never
It's a
been.
milestone.
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
one on your CV and it's to tick off.
Yeah.
Like you've done Glasgow.
So, what advice would you give to young up-and-coming bands that are trying to do the same thing as you guys?
Just right.
Don't go Eve Studios.
Never go to Eve. Don't go Eve Studios. in
What happened
Stockport.
there? What happened there?
You don't want to
Stay
know,
away.
Some
We don't
guy
talk
called,
about that.
No, Miles, don't go that far. Basically, don't go there. But my advice would be to write good songs.
Yeah.
Focus on that mainly, and get to a point where you think people are going to like it. Because don't live it. You need someone around you to either tell you it's good or bad.
Yeah.
And rehearse as much as you can, and be willing to drop everything else to put
Yeah.
and find people around you who want it as much as you do.
And never, ever sell tickets for a promoter.
Never sign anything without a lawyer.
Never sign anything without a comrade.
Can you tell me the story about High and Charlemagne? How you wrote it? Is there a story behind it?
Charlemagne?
Yeah.
At the Bill Society we're actually watching now.
Yeah.
On the stage, we played The Great Escape last year,
Yeah.
and we had a few drinks with them at the night. We were playing tunes, they played me this tune, then I was like, oh, that's a great tune. Went home with this kind of vein.
Yeah.
I wrote Charlemagne, but it wasn't called Charlemagne, it was called Made of Lead.
Okay.
And
Which is a lyric,
it's
isn't it?
exactly the, exactly.
Yeah.
It was exactly the same, apart from it said Made of Lead every time it said Charlemagne.
Yeah.
And it had the Kingdom Reigned and all that. My brother lives in the house with me, and was like, what's that? What are you saying there, Kingdom Reigned? I was like, it's just part of this tune I'm writing. He was like, have you ever heard of Charlemagne? Because he studies history.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, alright, no. I have now, so I'll have that. Then I just, every time it said Made of Lead, I just changed it to Charlemagne.
Yeah.
Which is a better title than Made of Lead.
Okay, is there any nicknames in the band or any funny stories behind one of your
Flathead.
gigs? Is there any
Kraken.
Is there
Big
any,
knob.
Sorry. Big Top, that's where we played today.
yeah. Any funny stories happened on stage? Any crazy
on stage,
fans?
It's usually pretty. Well, someone jumped on the stage in the Ritz and broke Josh's pedal board, and he went.
Oh, wow.
Someone jumped on stage in Birmingham. Miles didn't even know.
Josh, you weren't happy with that in the Ritz, were you?
No.
It wasn't rags.
Oh, Aberdeen.
It wasn't cool. Yeah, just people, whenever they jump on stage, they always break my shit.
Keep off. Let me do more work.
Like, they forget it's like you've got they might be having the best time of their life jumping on stage, breaking your shit, but
Yeah.
the day after you've got to go and play
I've
other games.
on stage, you don't know what to do. They get on stage and they just kind of stood there like.
Okay.
There's not much to do once you're on there because someone's going to come and take you off.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless they like rugby tackle you, then you're fucked.
Why would you wear a Maradona shirt?
But yeah, why is he still on a Sony
Why is he
HD?
got a Maradona shirt?
Why is he still on a Sony HD?
Well, England games to look forward to tomorrow and the start of the Euros. And guys, we've been LMS backstage here at Isle of Wight Festival with new album
from Southport.
with Blossoms. And check out their new album, 5th of August. Thank you.
In my kingdom reign, below, below.